So today we're going to be going over how to operate your leveling jacks in your Boit mobile unit. First off, we're going to want to start with turning on the power on your control panel. You'll have a tag marked leveling jacks. These run off of your 12 volt DC system. So now we have power to our leveling jack panel. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on our jack panel. It will cycle through, kind of just checking to make sure everything's good. The next thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that there's nobody else in the clinic with you. If they are, they need to stay perfectly still. This thing is it has sensors. It wants to tell if there's too much movement, it's going to mess up the auto level system. So once you hit the button, you're going to kind of just hang out and wait for this foot pad right here to tell you level. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. This process could take a couple minutes. Just depends on what ground you're on, how much it has to work to get level. All right, so now we're level. We have the indicator telling us that we're level. So now you're good to operate, do anything you need to do inside the truck. You're going to be stable and level. So at the end of the day, you're done for the day and you need to bring your leveling jacks up. You're simply going to come over to your control panel and hit the retract button. Once you do that, you're free to move about. It doesn't matter how many people are in the truck. They're just going to come up. And the next thing we're going to do is wait for the all up indicator, letting us know that we're safely able to drive the vehicle. The jacks ain't on the ground, none of that. So now we have the all up indicator and we are good to go. You can turn the power off and drive to your next destination. To ensure that you don't drive off with your leveling jacks down, there is a couple of alarms that will go off once it senses ignition hot feed from turning the ignition on. There is a buzzer in the panel, but it's not very loud, and if you're in the cab of your unit, you may not hear it. So what we do here is we actually run a aftermarket buzzer in the dash. It's super loud. It flashes red, alarming you that your jacks are still down on the ground, so you don't try to drive away and rip your jacks off. Once they're in the all up indicator, there's a sensor that tells the buzzers and the alarms that you're good to drive. For whatever reason, if your auto level system isn't working, or if you're on such unlevel ground that it doesn't want to auto level, you can always go into manual mode in a pinch. To do that, you simply press and hold the manual button until it lights up. So now that we're in manual mode, you will individually operate each leveling jack. So what I typically would do is I would start in the front and I would push, and you got to hold the button and you'll hear the jack. Once it hits the ground, you'll feel a shift in the truck. I usually start with making sure that all four pads are touching the ground. And I'll do each one individually until I know that they're all on the ground. Once you've had all four jack points on the ground, you can eyeball if you have a level. It might be smart to keep a level inside your coach. You can get it as close to level if you need it. With all four on the ground, you're going to get the stability to be able to operate without the truck rocking, moving, anything like that. To get out of manual mode and to raise the jacks up, you simply just again hit the retract button. If you find yourself having any issues with your leveling system, you have any questions or anything like that, we're available Monday through Friday here at Boit at 614-231-7640. Or if you're in an emergency situation, you can contact Quadra. They are the manufacturer of the leveling systems we use here. You can contact them 24/7 at 269-483-9633.